This man right here is the worst man on TikTok right now, and I'm going to tell you guys everything he's done. This is the story of the Tall Knight, the most despicable man on TikTok. The Tall Knight started doing TikTok 2 years ago, and originally everything was fine. He was about good vibes, he wore the Knight's helmet, people liked him. But starting on February 20th of this year, he has committed so many abominations that I'm all going to name to you. You better buckle up because I have a lot of things to talk about here. First off, on February 20th, the Tall Knight scammed his fans out of over $200,000. He told them he was homeless, when in reality, he was not. Here's a screenshot of him texting a girl on Instagram saying he could buy her a bunch of expensive things with the money he scammed his fans from, saying that he was never actually homeless, as you could see here. When his sister's husband called him out for scamming his fans, he threatened to dox him and made him take all the receipts down. A little less than a month later, he made a video that purposely misgendered a trans person simply because he didn't like the music that they put out. Doubled down on his actions and his words multiple times, and here's him bragging to somebody about all the followers he gained from being a transphobe. Next up, he has cheated on his girlfriend so many times, it's too many to count. Here are different screenshots from different girls, all of him cheating on his girlfriend. They broke up and then got back together. Her name's Kate, and they're currently together right now. One of the girls who he cheated on his girlfriend with came out and showed messages of him saying he wanted to grape her and do other disgusting things to her. When these girls came out with the information that he was cheating on his girlfriend with them, he sent his fans after them, doxed a bunch of them, and threatened them so much that they took all the receipts down. The Tall Knight claimed that he did this because he thought it was an open relationship because his girlfriend was bisexual. My girlfriend's bisexual, that does not mean it's an open relationship. Tall Knight has a history of him doxing and his fans doxing anyone who calls him out for his terrible behavior. When content creators came out about this, he doxed the girl, left TikTok for a month, and then came back as if nothing had happened. And here, he is unapologetic that the girl got doxed. Next, we have his huge Patreon debacle. He showed his private parts to minors. He was selling a fitness course on Patreon, which by the way, doesn't have age verification, so he was selling it to minors. And anyone who bought his Patreon of his fitness routine saw his private parts. Minors, anyone, you name it. Without their consent, they saw it. He claims it was locked away, but as you can see from here, and I had to censor it, there's a tiny lock on the picture, but the rest of the image is clearly visible. Next up, he was also selling an adult course on his Patreon, which again, by the way, is not age verified, and they don't allow NSFW content on there. So his minor fans bought it. As of recent, he claimed that it was never available, but as you can see from this screenshot, which I had to censor, on the top, those were pictures of his wee-wee. Finally, we have the latest controversy that he's committed. And his very latest controversy comes from him making sexual comments in replies to underage girls on his TikTok page. A sexually charged comment he replied to of a 13-year-old girl. He made a video advertising his OnlyFans replying to a comment of a 15-year-old girl. This past week, he's gotten banned on his main account, which had 1.6 million followers, and I agree with this decision. Now he's on that alt that I showed, trying to deny everything, talking about a lot of nonsense, nothing that really addresses the multitude of things he has committed. This man can't be a content creator. There's too much. And I used to be mutuals with him, is the funniest thing. Before any of this came out, and he still follows me on that alt account. And guess what? This is far from the entire picture of everything the Tall Knight has done. There are multiple people who haven't come forward yet, aren't willing to, and are scared of him to dox them or to threaten their life. Before I go, I do want to talk about my friend Professor Pippi. He's been calling out the Tall Knight since the beginning. The Tall Knight doxed him and 30 others in his Discord, including his head mod, who is a pregnant woman. If you're following me, make sure you follow him. Anyways, that's it for the story of the Tall Knight, TikTok's most despicable man. What do you guys think about this? Thank you for listening, and follow for more.